continues.
Welcome to BitCrush, where we judge games before they even install and overanalyze every pixel like our social lives depend on it. Today, we're diving headfirst into the most overhyped, underdelivered, and potentially glorious RPGs, MMOs, and cinematic brawlers coming soon to destroy your free time and GPU. We've lined up 19 glorious titles that promise to change your life, or at least your backlog. Grab a controller, clutch your wallet, and let's do this.
No tutorials, no mercy, just BitCrush.
Welcome to BitCrush, where your save file cries for help.
The Blood of Dawnwalker. Now this one sounds like the title of a metal album your older brother would hide under his bed, but it's actually a cinematic Unreal Engine 5 epic slated for 2026. The Blood of Dawnwalker is drenched in gothic atmosphere with a title that screams "I'm brooding and cursed" louder than a vampire in therapy. While gameplay details are scarce, the teaser showcased elaborate character designs, moody lighting, and the kind of melodrama that makes you want to wear a cape and speak in riddles. If you like your action RPGs with a little poetry and a lot of blood, keep this one on your radar. Just don't play it near any garlic bread.
You gave us quite the chase, young man.
Please, sir. She's just a child!
Roderick, remind me, did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish, would it not? They spread the plague just as well as adults. And there's only one way to stamp out this sickness.
No!
Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have
Lunka! My sister. She needs help. Fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please. I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing, blood spilt carelessly like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
Aeon 2. You remember Aeon, right? That MMO where everyone had wings and zero kill? Well, Aeon 2 is back, flapping its way into Unreal Engine 5 like it never left.
It's promising global release in 2026, which in MMO time means hopefully before the sun dies. This sequel claims to expand the lore, tighten the combat, and give you even more ways to aggressively glow in PvP. The visuals look like someone turned the bloom setting up to Holy Vision, and the aerial battles, still the main draw, only this time with better gravity. If they can avoid turning the endgame into a soul-crushing gear treadmill, we might actually have something spicy here. The Witcher 4. Geralt might be gone, but the hype train's got no brakes. The Witcher 4 is still deep in development hell, or as CD Projekt Red calls it, meticulously crafted narrative incubation. What we do know is that it's being built on Unreal Engine 5, promising even more ray traced bathtub scenes and photorealistic monster guts. Rumors swirl around a new protagonist and a fresh school of the Witchers. Basically think The Witcher, but rebooted with more pixels and probably another tragic horse moment.
Even Heart of Gold. You've the spirit to overcome adversities aplenty. Darling. Sweden. Today's the day. Ye fill out your destiny. Forgive me, daughter. 'Twere my only choice.
I shall be the bringer of salvation.
A Witcher? Witcher! Whose coin did ye take? Nay, you can't. 'Tis tradition. Chosen she is, by the gods!
No! You chose her. Back to the village. Go, now.
Nay! I must save them! Save the village!
Save yourself! Run! To shelter! To your father! Run!
She went to go to the woods. The chosen one. His tradition.
Oh no, no, no.
It's all we wanted. For her to go to the woods. To go to the gods.
Gods? There are no gods here. There are only monsters.
Fable. Yes, Fable is back, and no, this isn't your nostalgic ogles tricking you again. Powered by the Forza Tech engine because apparently, if you can simulate cars, you can simulate fairy tales. Fable 2026 is aiming to reinvent Albion with a shine so clean you can see your own moral choices reflected in it. Expect lush British countryside, morally questionable decisions, and humor so dry it might start a wildfire. The devs promise a sprawling RPG experience that doesn't take itself too seriously, but still manages to gut-punch you with story beats when you're least expecting it. If they nail the balance, this might be the fairy tale revival we've been waiting for since chickens were first kicked.
Chances and the occasional giant toad, for some reason. But it's more than that. It's about the choices you make.
I'm a hero. I should do what I want.
We thought you could save her.
You know, it's your life and death stuff. That's what defines you, doesn't it? Really, stays with you. I knew this one hero. I took her in when she had nowhere else to go. Welcome to the most exclusive club in all of Albion. Thought I'd get her out there, make the most of her gift. But you know what it's like when you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell you, this kid, she had it all. The skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right. She was terrifying. So, yeah, I knew this girl once who made all the wrong choices.
Humphrey. She's back.
I'm going to fix it, this place. And no one is going to stand in my way.
Chrono Odyssey. Okay, Chrono Odyssey is the game that shows up at every Unreal 5 party looking like a K-pop idol with a sword. It's visually insane. You've got time manipulation mechanics, interdimensional beasts, and landscapes that make Elden Ring's art team sweat. The gameplay is part MMO, part action RPG, part... Wait, is this even real? The devs swear it's dropping Q4 2025, and if the trailers are going to be anything to go by, this is the one everyone's going to pretend they discovered before it was cool. High hopes, high frames. Let's just hope it's not one of those gorgeous but hollow types.
I shall return you to the past. You must prevail, no matter the cost. Reshape the future by your own hand. Sentinel of Cetera, I await your return.
Final Fantasy VII Part 3. TBA? More like TBC, to be cried over. We're not crying, you are. This is the grand finale to one of the most beloved remakes of all time. And while Square Enix is keeping the details under tighter wraps than a Shinra vault, we know one thing. It's going to be emotionally devastating, visually absurd, and packed with plot twists that'll leave forums flaming for months. Cloud's journey might be nearing its end, but the hype is eternal. Just don't kill off any more party members, okay?
Those encountered were not forgotten. That someday we would see them again. Perhaps it was no more than wishful thinking. But after the long calm, there are now the beginnings of a stir. The reunion at hand may bring joy, it may bring fear, but let us embrace whatever it brings. For they are coming back. At last, the promise has been made.
Soulframe. From the folks who gave us Warframe comes Soulframe, which sounds like the emo twin who listens to Gregorian trap remixes, but this game's actually shaping up to be a moody, mystical adventure RPG with heavy Dark Souls vibes, except swap out the dystopian guns for druidic magic and angry trees. Early testers say it's got slower, more deliberate combat, lush environments, and enough cryptic lore to make a wiki writer weep. Also, if you like the idea of being one with nature while pummeling it back into submission, this one's for you.
us, won't you?
Tides of Annihilation. With a name like Tides of Annihilation, you already know this game isn't about baking bread in a cozy village. It's destruction porn with Unreal 5 shaders. You're a godlike warrior swimming in a sea of particle effects and tentacled doom. Scheduled for 2026, this one's promising large-scale combat, Lovecraftian boss fights, and an aesthetic that screams metal album cover art director finally got a game dev job. Will it play as good as it looks? TBD. But let's be honest, we'd play this just to walk dramatically through a storm while violins screech behind us.
My wish can be fulfilled. But wishes come at a price. To pursue one's wishes is to court one's doom.
Gwendolyn, this is your final warning.
My quarrel lies not with you, but I will take back everything that belongs to me. Even if the price is my soul.
Project R. We don't know much, but what we do know, Project R looks like a fever dream born from equal parts ambition and chaos. Powered by Unreal Engine 5, it's some kind of open-world sci-fi fantasy action RPG hybrid. The trailer shows swords, mechs, dragons, and futuristic armor. Basically, the developers threw all your favorite things into a blender and hit awesome. We'll believe it when we play it, but until then, it's pure hype fuel.
Honor of Kings World. So the Honor of Kings mobile empire is getting a full-blown action RPG spin-off, and it actually looks amazing. It's got monster hunting vibes, open-world traversal, and combo-heavy combat that's surprisingly crisp. If Genshin and Monster Hunter had a chaotic cousin who was way into wuxia flicks, this would be it. Coming 2025, it's gunning for global domination across consoles and PC. Whether it's deep enough to hold our jaded gamer attention for more than a week, that's the real boss battle. But so far, it's looking like a power move.
For the Crimson Beast, huh? Time to go, new one.
Are you alright?
This is nothing. Fine. Come and give me a hand, will ya?
Dragon Quest XII, the granddaddy of JRPGs, is about to enter its emo phase. Dragon Quest XII ditches the bubbly vibe for something darker and more adult. Sounds like your childhood best friend started listening to metal and writing poetry. But it's still Dragon Quest at its core. Turn-based combat, charming monsters, and a storyline that'll probably punch you in the heart when you least expect it. Get ready to cry, grind, and smile like it's 1995 again.
Now this is one to watch. The Age of Barat is tossing aside medieval Euro fantasy tropes for a mythic Indian setting, and thank you the gaming gods for that. It's like Assassin's Creed took a spiritual sabbatical, learned some real history, and came back with a Vina and a vengeance. There's elephant warfare, divine powers, and architecture so beautiful, you'll pause just to stare at the bricks. No release date yet, but it already feels like a breath of fresh monsoon air in a drought of Western-dominated fantasy. If they stick the landing, this could be a genre shaker.
The time has come to fight these invaders. The time has come to fight these monsters. The time has come to fight the demons. The time has come to fight those who oppress the forest tribes. The time has come to declare war. It's time for you to join the army of heroes. Fight the monsters! Stand with your people! Play the Age of Barat! Protect the weak! Punish the wicked! Bharat Mata ki jai!
Archage Chronicles. Archage returns with Chronicles, looking to fix what the original broke and double down on what made it iconic: sea battles, massive trade wars, and open-world treachery. Unreal Engine 5 brings the world to life with jaw-dropping landscapes and dynamic weather, so you can experience betrayal in 4K. If you've ever dreamed of being a pirate, politician, or property mogul, Archage Chronicles is ready to devour your free time again.
However, I still have no trust in your kind. Prove yourself. If you survive this trial, perhaps you might become one of us.
Vindictus, Defying Fate. The name might sound like a motivational poster from a medieval gym, but Vindictus, Defying Fate is actually Nexon trying to reinvent their gritty, old-school action MMORPG. Powered by Unreal Engine 5, this version dials up the blood, blades, and brutality. Think Souls-like combat meets arena brawling with some God of War-style flair. The off is dropping June 2025, and if the early buzz is right, it's all about perfectly timed dodges, parries that feel like atomic slaps, and bosses that look like they bench press entire castles. Just don't expect a tea party. This one's out for blood and style points.
MIR5. Coming in late 2025, MIR5 is another Unreal Engine 5 powered MMORPG aiming to punch its way out of the crowded fantasy field. If you're unfamiliar with the MIR franchise, it's basically Korea's sleeper hit MMO series that's slowly grown into a monster, and now it wants global domination. Expect stunning visuals, flashy spellcasting, and PvP so brutal it could make your mouse cry. The combat system leans heavily into skill timing, and early footage hints at a kind of chaotic energy that might actually make grindy progression worth it this time.
Crimson Desert. From the same lunatics that gave us Black Desert Online comes this standalone, single-player-ish RPG where everyone looks like they've spent more time grooming their hair than preparing for battle. But under the surface, a brutal fantasy world that's half Game of Thrones, half Witcher 3, and somehow all chaos. Mounted combat? Check. Flying dragons? Obviously. Punching dudes off cliffs? With pleasure. The engine's called Black Space, and it might as well be called Flex Tech, because Crimson Desert is all about cinematic carnage, with the 2025 release date locked and loaded.
Seeking out my grinning comrades.
What I can tell you now is that this mission will restore the disrupted providence.
For those who have died. For those who have survived, and for those who will live on. This is our mission.
Kingdom Hearts 4. Square Enix is back with another dose of existential multiverse melodrama and confusing timelines. Kingdom Hearts 4 promises bigger stakes, prettier graphics, and probably even fewer answers than before. Sora's rocking a new look, the Disney crew is along for the ride, and the trailers already have us questioning reality. Will we finally understand what the hell is going on? Nope. Will we play it anyway and cry while Goofy says something philosophical? Absolutely.
あなたはこの世界に来て7日間、ずっと眠っていたの。ここはクワッドラトゥム。聖者の世界ではあるけれど、私たちにとっては死の世界ってことになるみたい。
一度退場すれば元の世界に戻れると思うな。
Lost Soul aside, this one is like if Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy XV had a caffeine-fueled baby that never learned how to walk, just dash, dodge, and slice reality into ribbons. Lost Soul Aside has been cooking for nearly a decade, and now it's finally slicing its way onto PS5 and PC this August. Combat is flashy, hyper-fast, and just shy of inducing motion sickness, in a good way. You play as Kaiser, a reluctant edgelord with a talking dragon sword, which is already worth the price of admission. It's sleek, it's wild, and it's finally coming to melt your thumbs.
Kaiser, we will travel across worlds, leap through dimensions, together.
I see great power within you, a destiny waiting to be fulfilled. Let me be your vengeance. The blade in your hand. You never wanted to be a hero. But for humanity's sake, you must.
Then give me your power, Arena.
Project Awakening. Ah yes, the mythical beast of trailers past. Project Awakening is that game everyone saw once in 2018 and then proceeded to doubt even existed. But here we are in 2025, and the Carbon Engine-fueled fantasy action RPG is allegedly still breathing. It's big swords, bigger monsters, and a combat style that leans heavily on precision timing and sheer aggression. Think Monster Hunter, but with more grit and fewer cat chefs. If this game ever actually releases, expect your controller to be sweating as much as you are.
And there you have it, 19 games, one dangerously overheated console, and a rapidly shrinking savings account. Whether it's ancient Rome, brooding vampires, or morally questionable chickens, 2025 and 2026 are shaping up to be an absurdly packed ride. If you spotted your next obsession, hit that like button like it's a critical streak, and subscribe so you don't miss our inevitable breakdowns, gameplay rants, and probably one or two emotional support streams. Stay weird, stay loud, and remember, in the world of gaming, logic is optional, but vibes are mandatory.